What's going on, Flash Mob? We're back again with another Honeybook video. And if you've been following along, I'm going to show you guys how to use automations to complete all those recurring tasks that come up when moving a client from an inquiry to a paid customer. This one's going to be a bit more of an advanced video and requires previous steps to happen before you can actually move forward. So I actually strongly recommend that you take a look at the series before you start this one. If it's your first time here, welcome. My channel is all about helping you turn your passion into paychecks whilst taking you along my filmmaking journey. If that's the kind of thing that you're into, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. When it comes to scaling your business and creating a process, automations are 100% necessary. It just doesn't make sense for you as an individual to do every single step with every single client every single time. Automations also help to make your clients feel like they're important and that you're really on your game. For example, your client fills out your contact form and within 5 minutes they get an email letting them know it was received and it's actually being reviewed. Meanwhile, you're at home, sitting down, on your couch in your underwear, trying to decide what to have for breakfast. I'm going to show you one of my automations and teach you how to use the same techniques to create specific ones for every type of inquiry you might actually receive. And if you're actually interested in learning more about automations, filmmaking, and just Honeybook in general, consider enrolling into Filmmaker Pro. I'll help you stop struggling and turn your filmmaking passion into a profitable business. We'll look at everything from pricing your services and creating winning proposals to technical filmmaking skills that set you apart. As of right now, the early bird pricing is still currently sitting at $147, but this is going to be ending on February 18th. And I guarantee this will be the cheapest price that this course will be ever seen at. Don't miss your chance to level up your filmmaking career at a fraction of the cost. Sign up now and take control of your creative future. The link will be in the description below. Let's hop over to Honeybook now and create one together. So there are a few things that you would need to have set up in order to make this all work. And the first thing on that list is your contact forms. So to get to your contact forms, you want to go to your templates. You can go to File Templates, scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll find your contact forms. And you'll need to have one of these created and set up publicly so that people can fill it out. This is what essentially triggers your automation. So this is something that you have to do. The next thing is have your email templates set up. So again, in your template system, you go to your emails. I have a ton of emails that I have set up and ready to go for any type of interaction that I want to have with my clients. So this is also something that you want to make sure that you have set up. Third thing is your packages and all the services that you offer. You want to have these because you're not going to be sitting down and recreating these each time you want to send out to a client. They need to be there and ready to go. You're also going to want to have your questionnaire set up. This is a huge part of the success in my automations is getting information from clients. So questionnaires is a non-negotiable. And of course, your proposals or anything else that you want them to see that actually closes the deal with them. So I'll show you a proposal real quick from my mentorship option. And it's just something that gives them information about the service that you're about to give them, and then a way for them to pay. Finally, you're going to want to have your scheduler set up. So you can go into the scheduler, you can set up a bunch of different options that you want, connected to Zoom or whatever, set out your schedule, all that good stuff, and then have that ready and willing to go as well. So for each one of these things that we just touched on, there is a dedicated video for it. So like I said before, I recommend going and looking at all these videos so that when you come and watch this video, you're ready to go. So I'll leave a link to that playlist somewhere up there, wherever it's going to be. So you guys make sure you go look at that. The kind of things that you want to make sure that your automations are taken care of are any repetitive interactions that you're going to have with a client on a day-by-day basis. So for example, a welcome email or something like a questionnaire that's, every single client that you interact with has to fill out. Those are the kind of things that you want to make sure are in your automation. You also want to include things that require a lot of effort to create or send out. So things like those proposals, again, where all your prices are, where your contracts are, any information about what you're selling them. You want to have those preloaded and ready to go. And finally, things that help keep you organized. So things like follow-up emails or follow-ups to pay or anything like that, where it's like you don't necessarily want to spend the energy on it, but you know it needs to be done. You want to throw those in your automations as well. So let's actually take a look at my mentorship automations. Open that up. You guys can see Honeybook makes it like really straightforward and easy to learn, follow, and revise if you need to. So the first thing that happens in my automation, and this is where I said you need your contact forms, is a client will come to my website and they'll fill out my contact form. And when they select mentorship, this triggers my automation. Immediately after that happens, I send out an email. And the email just basically says, hi, with the client's name. So whatever they put in as their contact name. Thank you for submitting your information to Flash Forward Media Group. We're reviewing it and we'll get back to you soon. So this happens immediately without me even doing anything. They fill out the contact form, a couple seconds goes by, this is sent out to them. Just giving them that peace of mind, like, oh, this guy's on his game. Like, he's checking his emails and he's making sure that he makes me a priority. And that's the kind of thing that clients like to feel. So after that happens, the next thing that happens, I'll make it wait for 15 minutes. And then what happens is my mentorship questionnaire goes out. And attached to that, again, there's an email. We're excited to start working with you and take your brand to the next level. As a vital step, please complete this short questionnaire. We've prepared blah, 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 blah. So that automatically goes out along with my mentorship questionnaire. So I'll pull that up really quickly so you guys can actually see what that is. And all I want to know is a series of a few questions that I need to know about this person. So what type of experience are you looking to gain? What areas do you struggle with the most? Where do you feel you excel the best? What type of projects would you most benefit from for your development? What kind of learner are you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I get them to fill this out for me because this is information that I need to know to make sure that I can help them. If we go back to the automations, we'll see, we'll be right here. We send out the questionnaire. And then what I love about Honeybook is that it allows you to make like these options. So basically, if the client does the positive thing, which would be fill out the contact form, it'll take them to a series of next steps. If they do nothing with it, after a few days, it'll send out a reminder for them to fill this out for me. So let's take a look at how this all works. So basically what happens here is once their questionnaire is submitted, and this is pulling from the previous step, which is our questionnaire, and just showing you that, I can set a condition and a time, which in this case, I give them 10 hours to get it done. If it doesn't trigger within 10 hours, what's going to happen is going to wait for 3 days, and then it's going to send them a reminder to do it. And if they do complete the questionnaire, the next step is a connection call is created. So what it does is it sends out an email, just letting them know I want to connect with them with a call, as well as a link for them to schedule the call themselves. Again, because of the automations, I have done absolutely nothing with this client yet physically to get to this point. But this is the point where I actually do start interacting with the client. So when I get on a connection call with them, I'll look at the questionnaire, I'll ask them a few more questions, and then what I'll do is I'll present the actual proposal. So I'll show you guys what the proposal looks like for my mentorship. Yeah, and I try to keep it as straightforward as possible. I give them a little introduction of who I am and why I'm doing it. Why should someone actually want a mentor? Some information about that. I'll let them know about what kind of modules we help them with during the process of our interaction. I will show them the services and how much it costs and what they're getting. I give them a little closing statement. And then, of course, there's going to be an invoice, agreement, and a way to pay. Now, this is all happening while I'm on the call with the client. So I'm basically going through my mentorship proposal while I was on the phone with them. And then I'll ask them, is this something that you're ready to get started with today? And when they're like, yeah, actually, this is great, I'll show you how we make this happen on the automation. So because I am on the call with them, and this is something that I'm taking control of, and I want to be sent out while I'm on the call with them, what I do is it's going to send them the email, it's going to send them the mentorship proposal, everything's going to be set here, and then this one's going to require my approval before sending. So what I actually do is, let's say I'm on a call with a client, we're chopping it up, I'm telling them everything, they're like, yeah, this is great, I want to get started. What I'll go and do then is go to their profile, and I will approve this proposal being sent to them, and I'll go ahead and help them process their first payment and get the contract signed and everything while I'm on the phone with them. And that's the end of this automation series. Now, if I wanted to, right, let's say they sign up for, I don't know, the whole 6 months here. So what I can do is set this here where we can do months, and in 6 months, I'm going to send that, I'll wait for 6 months right there. See, 6 months. And then what I can do is another action. And maybe let's say I created a certification or just something to show that they completed the mentorship or whatever. I can have that automatically created in an email and sent out to them as well at the end of the 6-month period. So that's just the power of automations and why I think it's important for everybody to have something like this set up. I hope you guys can really start understanding and seeing why automations are important. Imagine every time a client reaches out to you, you have to stop and physically do every single one of these steps to get them from an inquiry to a paid client. It's just absolutely redundant and a waste of time and effort. That's pretty much going to be it for automations in Honeybook. And what I would recommend is, if you do have multiple services, to go ahead and create an automation specific to each one of them. So what I mean by that is if you have a photography service, you're gonna have an automation that follows certain steps for photography. If you offer events as a service, you're gonna also have separate automations for event services. If that is something that you want more help with, make sure you go ahead and leave me a message in the comments so I know that you need more help. And for anybody that hasn't gotten started yet with Honeybook, I'm happy to say there is a 30% discount that you could take advantage of for the first year of your service. I'll leave that in the description below as well. And for everybody else that wants to be a part of a bigger community for filmmaking, consider enrolling to Filmmaker Pro. Like I said before, it's currently at its lowest price that it will ever be at. If you want to learn more, the link for that will also be in the description. But yeah, thanks again, guys, for watching. And as always, just remember to look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.